That's right. If I have to watch it, I'm making everybody else watch it too. Hell with it.
There's a lot that suffering early produced in me that was snowballing more and more.
Again, I got this week's gonna be fun. I'm doubled up. Run about 76 hours. Coming up to Board Factory in Marathon.
Like, no, it did something incredibly important for me.
What were you drinking tonight?
Hey guys, have you ever found yourself in the North Georgia mountains in a fist fight and all you got is a regular old kitchen knife? Well, I know I have. Guys, I'm Evan Temple here to tell you about...
In her neighborhood,
we've got all the things.
there are some people that we gotta deal with. It sucks. She gets, I would imagine, wherever he or she, or whatever the proper sexual conjugative is necessary here, gender conjugative is necessary here.
All kinds of stuff. Guys, head on over to worrypodsociety.com and check out a bevy. And a bevy means a lot of lots. And you're going to find yours for you.
We're talking gender, not MOS. Robert Frost.
And one in particular,
Man cannot
absolute
better himself without human. Marble in this
and something that would have a fantastic fix. But let's stroll down memory lane for just a moment. I remember one of my most cush jobs. I was like 12 years old. I got dropped off at the baseball card shop and then Coley Cards. And then the air conditioning,
makes it easy though,
that
gravity.
was a great job. From 12 years old to 14 years old, a harder job was I'd take a lawnmower, a push lawnmower.
You might. At the end of the day, war posts come into the stone mill, and it's going to be the board factory. I'm sure how to throw a knife in here. Don't.
Asking if I could cut people's yard. I racked up quite a bit of money over a couple of years doing that. But the worst job that I ever had.
Well, we had Mike. He was a little bit gloomy
my
today.
dad was in business.
You know, usually he's sweating and going, but he's wearing a hoodie today, taking it a little easy. Which again, I want to be able to take off some of him. He's a 19-year-old guy. I got the other one over there. He's 37, 30. You know, there's a kid, couple job, run around. It's a board factory. 8-hour day board factory.
And I'd get a few Gatorades and like a gallon thing of water.
For me, I'll be doing 7 straight into 7s. Come home, throw myself in the shower for that. Have it all ready in the proper Maravito gear position.
And then he would just drop me off.
And do it for a few, and a good one for a while. It's like, the quotes you do are contracts that are timelines. And then they're going to try to tell you something like, oh, it's 40 hours, is that and the other. Because that's true. It hurts, it sucks, because you'll need it one day. Just the standard model. Then you do special things too.
Disaster and mess, and also had this mask that I would have to wear, right?
COVID
mask
everywhere.
and goggles. And at the end of the day, when you pick me up and I finally get a mirror to see myself,
you would think it's like I'm clean, I don't do anything. But then the sharp guy creeps behind you and lets you know you forgot to use hand sanitizer between customers or right after you got done, and you decide to stick your monkey paw in the subway glove bag just where you're living.
I didn't have anything to play when I was there. There weren't any other people to talk to.
It's a hard task, man. It really is.
That was just me alone.
You have to get good enough to know what they're doing with their
cleaning up all day.
With their checklists and books. Because then if they're doing it right, it's hard to argue. And hard to argue.
Guys.
But if you kind of realize, oh, there's some flaws in that thing, it's still there. I'm not just going to burn the building down because of that. But because it always had, people had done it, it still works to a limit. Now fix it, make another one. There might be one piece of paper that this person always uses instead of a bunch of stuff.
He said he had a doctor's appointment. They told my dad and Jason.
Well, timeline sometimes a number on a timeline.
And
a customer takes X long, and realistically, it's not a grocery store or Walmart because then the numbers stretch out. Warrior Poet training category.
Jason about it later. Like, John, that was crap work. That was crap work.
Jordan Patterson's licking envelopes guy. Now you think you would say something to me like retarded.
Sean and Jason were right. It was
there are a few things, a little antisocial disorder right now. Certainly a little PSTD coming up in the neighborhood of past things that were affected
was a bit
systems.
But that's what I grew up with. That was learning how
I used this one again for what I posted the
very, very hard. I wasn't taking breaks. I just nose to grindstone, zoning in and doing crap work. Later, this would bleed into stuff like wrestling.
What I said is good faith effort, guys. Administrative immunity for due process, anyways. Nice catch in the rabbit trap. What do you mean? It's like they couldn't get their fingerprint or a picture, and she's looking for an out-of-state, out-of-county warrant. Peed on the floor, and at one point in time there, she will lick her fingers when they go to try to take her fingerprints after this really sweet marshmallow comes into there. Nope, you're going to jail.
What I'm not doing is being like, ta-da, yay, I did suffering.
I had to do nothing at all.
It did something incredibly important for me. Suffering produced perseverance.
Now,
Perseverance.
I go cul-de-sac. This is what we got on the glass. This is what the rabbit population told me. I went out and asked them. I was like, okay, Karen, Joe, whoever, because they don't matter to me. I'm going to do a marshmallow report on this, an after action, maybe non-judicial. I was like, what do you mean? Your grandma did it. You will do this, and you will like it, and the rest differential
paths laying out. And each path has a completely different set of values. We see the world completely different. And I think the folks that are on this path with me have different kind of character.
Wouldn't matter if you were in Russia, China, anybody's called to say. If there's crap outside the Kremlin, I'm close enough to the Kremlin, I'm going to be like, pick up that piece of paper. It's just no lobotomy.
A similar strain. A lot of comedians have had lots of heartache, tragedy, and an immense amount of suffering in their life. And that comedy comes out of that. A lot of just very dangerous gunfighter dudes, they usually have hilarious senses of humor, albeit it's graveyard humor, and it would not be appropriate for most of the world who's offended at everything. And that goes into the tough people I know, the people who have dealt with suffering.
It's like, when I take it to, I could take it in my Rabbitohs, or I could take it to the guys, and any email I could go, but we're just here locally at Prosperous. The first thing I'm going to take my cell phone out, guys, and I'm going to make you do a video. I'm going to tell me how to do the process. I'm going to go down the line. It's going to take me all day with everybody and tell me what you do. The first thing is we get that wrong. I'm still going to talk to you like this, but we got to clean that up for Master Mason Reviews, and I'll show you kind of what things is, and I'll take you to some of my videos, and we'll condense that time frame way down into a system that works. And I tried docs, OPORD brief. Land labor. That is field theory here right now. I need you to do that once, because if you like the number, I'll give you psychology. I'll tell you things about organic chemistry and quantum physics that you can take to the board at Nobel. And I'm talking about at the board. Take Nobel board and drop them in a board factory.
No one's going to help you.
Game over. And I'm not going to beat them all. I'm not probably. This number is going to come off big. They're motivated. They're going to stay on it. They can come out of a 5-round, 15-minute MMA cage, and woo, but the second you turn it off, back to the Larry.
And especially in the breadbasket of the world, the United States, we're surrounded by so much just lavish wealth compared to the rest of the world, that we can really insulate ourselves from almost all types of suffering.
Where's the money coming from? That's what blows my mind. It's like, if you pulled the copper out of the ground, that's one thing. If you are using an autonomous thing that cuts off into the system and says, oh, it just hedges better than 11% on S&P, and you make money on it by putting money into it, where does it come from? Do you think that the return on that thing is honestly worth? Where do you think that comes from? You in a board factory? You do lumber? Where do you think it comes from? You in the gas company? Where do you think it comes from when that guy doesn't give a fuck about you in the robbing of that day? Like, they're just gonna let you get mugged, steal. My job is to call the cops and be on camera.
And in character, and that
what my job is.
ever so important. That's what Romans 5 is
Now,
talking
later
about.
on, we could turn
And-
that
and
into
really it's
cameras.
talking about
Now you talk about the
suffering
stock
for
market. It's
God
like, I
and
just
the
want the
ultimate
cameras
hope
in the
that
hut. Now,
comes
that's some
through
big
that
stuff,
as
because I
Jesus
do it in the
suffered
stone
for
mill
us,
of
died
every
in our
stone
stead
mill.
to
It's like
literally
we're going to
save the
go
world.
through the
It
reviews.
is
Some are
suffering
different.
that can save
Some I need
us.
every
That's how
aisle
we
of
are
just the
saved in
clerk to
general.
do
But that's
this,
how,
because
in a
well,
practical
that number,
wisdom
this
for everyone
timeline,
thing,
take care of the customer, be
suffering
done,
rescues
cops go
us,
get them.
suffering saves us. And I worry
And I pay my
as
tax
I'm
for that. And
in a very
the
different
National
season
Guard
of
would
life,
be
I'm getting
into
softer,
time
guys, and that
topology.
sucks. And every once in a while, I just realize it, look in the mirror, looking a little softer, and I'm like, freezing cold shower, because I hate myself all the time. And
Remember that? Remember
I'm
that
saying
tractor
this,
trailer full of
halfway in
logs
jest,
in the
halfway
Superman
I've
movie?
actually done that thing, but I recognize how invaluable the suffering process has been throughout my life, and how important it is to me still, and how perhaps as a nation there is irreparable
There's a window
damage in
for
that
it.
we're losing our values, we're losing our character for lack of suffering is one part
Wow.
of it. There's
Could
a
you give me
whole
your
lot
gun to do it?
of
Or that
stuff. There's a
crazy
cocktail
crack addict,
mix of
meth
what's
addict
going
guy?
on. It's brainwash ideological warfare. It's cultural denigration. It's moral relativity. It's
like,
godlessness.
I remember a
There's all
D&D guy, I
kinds of
think,
stuff
was telling
go
me about
into
the
the cocktail
legendary
mix of
Vocal
how
sword. It's like,
we are
fear
just
psychology
decaying
is a
as
thing. It's
society
like,
and
when
as
we're,
individuals.
I just,
But
he's
one
setting the field
huge
for
missing
you. And you wouldn't
ingredient
notice it's happening.
is
I do,
think
because
that
I
we
get
are
it's a real
eliminating
thing. It's like
necessary
Vocal
parts
sword,
of suffering. Suffering
D&D
is your
legend,
friend.
yeah, it's memetics, and it's
I
S&P,
thank
but
God
these
for
are
the
real
earlier
things to us.
suffering
If
that
I
I've
tell
had
you
in life. It's
the word
made me
retarded
who I
no
am.
longer exists to you because
And
you don't know
God
how to use it
forbid that I
correctly,
shirk
then it
every
doesn't.
amount of
If I
suffering
hear
that
you
may
say
come
it,
my way, because I know I'm still on a growth journey, and I know I'm meant
schizo,
to go
manic,
through certain
and
suffering
those have very
so that I'd be
correct
made
ways
better,
to fix
and
them
I'd be a better
and deal with them.
resource for
Sometimes
those
that is
around
go
me, for the
straight to
world
county
in
do not
general.
pass go
Suffering
until we can
is
get
your
this in a
friend.
different
Anyway,
feeds and speeds of the
guys, if this
hydron collider.
resonated with you and it helped you,
Get
help
it
me.
to hit the
So
target.
just
I mean,
replaying any of this. So I'm gonna hit thumbs up on this video.
Then you take down
share,
Formula,
because
then you
big
put them in
tech
the board
is
factor.
totally
Perkins
against
in
us,
the tread
not
line.
helping us grow.
Tread
Make sure you're
dogs.
subscribed
Like
to
you're
the
going to
channel.
be in my
Check
bay,
links down
and I
below for all
want
kinds
this
of goodies.
to
I encourage you
be
to
the
join our
number as
network.
well, because it
Check that
breeds
out.
a lot
And guys,
of the
thanks so
military.
much for tuning in.
They
Appreciate
come in a
you.
lot. I
Cheers.
need that big number. I need, that thing to come through. And one of the lieutenants or sergeant majors to handle off an area like Hancock and Deposit, and a bigger one than that to take Delhi, which is Hancock Deposit, in the state behind the chains and rails. 100% Ultra Nightmare Doomslayer, Lucy, where you're buried.
We're going to talk about the environment.